Good afternoon. It is the April 7th edition of the Edge Market Update, and today the markets were closed in observation of Good Friday, so the end of the week was technically April 6th for commodity trading. But we'll go ahead and get started with old crop soybeans. Commodities in general had some price decrease this week or weakness over some better weather forecasts in the intermediate term. Planting could speed up here in the U.S. in the next couple of weeks as the forecast is showing some warmer and drier conditions, and then up in the northern plains supposed to start the process of melting all of the snowpack up there as well. But for the I states, certainly better weather conditions for the next 10 to 15 days. But for old soybeans, we did experience some weakness on that news, and so we had a pretty bullish reaction out of the planting intentions report last week, and then we fell pretty quickly back down again. We're in this established range. 1475 is really good resistance. That's been well tested since the beginning of the year. So hopefully if we do get more weakness next week, would really like to see this 1475 level hold. We do have the 20-day moving average down at 1480, so that could perhaps act as some support as well. Again, resistance in the short term would be the high from last week, which was at 1528 level. Above there would be the resistance from earlier this year. If we do fail at the support level, that certainly does open back up the possibility to test this range. So that is why that 1475 support level is so key. Moving on to new crop beans, also experienced some weakness. And last week I said I'd really like to see a daily close above 1335, and we just couldn't quite do it. And so we did retest these 20-day moving averages down here. That's the 9-day moving average at 1310. That's where we closed on Thursday. Ideally, 1303 holds as support. If that does fail, that will open the possibility of traveling back down to this range where we had a lot of weakness at the end of March. But if we can base right here, consolidate, and 1303 does act as support, certainly that 1330 level is resistance again, and if we could trade above there and have some daily closes above there, I would not be surprised to see us get back to that 1350 area. Ultimately, some longer-term resistance is back in that 1375 to 1380 per bushel. Old crop corn also did experience some weakness last week on the weather forecast, and also Brazilian corn estimates are very high for this projected second corn crop, so that did hurt old crop futures as well. We did fall below that key 648 support level, so that opens back up the possibility of certainly testing the 20-day moving average at 639, followed lower by 635, where I find that to be pretty key support if we want to rule out a test of this lower channel of the bull flag in that 615 to 610 area. So really want to see the 635 level hold as support if you have old crop corn. If it doesn't, that opens the door to lower. Obviously, 648 is now resistance again. If we can trade it back above there, that does allow us to trade in the higher end of this bull flag, where longer-term resistance would be that 670 level. And to finish up with new crop corn, again, we have a longer-term downtrend from October of last year. That would be heavy resistance, which that sits at about 585 right now on new crop corn futures. We did experience price weakness last week, and we did test this last support level that I have listed here at 555. Would really like this to hold to prevent us from testing the March lows at 547. If that is in the cards, definitely want 547 to hold and form a double bottom here to remain bullish. Otherwise, new weakness could ensue. But in the intermediate term, resistance is at 570 level. That's acted as pretty good resistance, as we've had trouble staying up above there. But technicals continue to deteriorate as well on new crop corn. Things are rolling over somewhat weakly on all contracts that I went over. So again, we are coming into a time where these prices are testing support levels. If we fail at those, definitely could see some more weakness in the next couple of weeks if we do, in fact, not get any planting hiccups. Thank you for watching for this week. We hope you have a happy Easter, and please call us with any questions. Thank you very much.